to America. Let them wait.
Welcome to Long Story Short. We've kind of like rebranded a little bit, so thank you, Red Hood, with the new overlay, and it's our background, but we're all on screen, so I guess you can't really see it. So that's why I made sure to make it an overlay too, as well, so everyone can see it, all the bubblegum goodness. But welcome to episode 92 of Long Story Short. I think we finally locked down our idea for episode 100. So.
Yeah, 8 episodes before we get there. So stay tuned. See if we get that far. No guarantees.
It's a guarantee, bro. Death, taxes, and long story short.
Happy to be here tonight talking about comic books. We got a good show for you.
Yeah. And then big shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. So make sure you're using the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then you could also use the code Nirvana over at Bird City Comics. Sign up for their text line so you don't miss all their exclusive drops. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that bell for notifications.
Hey, Copy 801. I was at Comic-Con for Terrificon for 1 hour. Not even. They wouldn't let me into the joint. It was a shit show. If you want to hear the story, tune into Carter's channel. We went through it, but I had about 50 minutes to dig after dealing with some bullshit.
Wow.
At
least you found some like cool ghost books, though.
Hey, man, I felt very fortunate to find what I found, given the amount of time. The problem is you come in there with no time. It's like it's hard to focus. Okay, what am I going to do? Right? You don't want to go down too many dead ends. So you got to do your best. So, anyways, happy to get in and find something. So,
all right. So we know the person to hit up if you're having trouble is Copy 801, because he obviously knows someone that runs that con.
It's a big one. It's a great one for digging, man. It's big. A lot of dealers.
All right. And then I know you want to talk about this for a second.
Yeah, I just want to real quick. We lost another member of the comic book community on Monday. John from the Hall of Comics. John's the second guy on the left there with the hat on. He was one of the owners of the store. He's really great guy. Always great to me. I'd go in there. He'd always be giving me a book that he found that I thought I might like. He was a big fan of the show. They donated a lot to the show. A lot of our giveaways that come from the hall. So, he will be missed. He passed far too young. But to all the rest of the guys at the hall, Manoli, Jake, Chris, keep plugging away, guys. And just wanted to acknowledge Johnny there. I'm sad to see him go. He was a good man.
Yeah, it sucks to lose someone part of the community and stuff like that, and especially like such a big fan of the show, like definitely giving us like all those giveaways and stuff like that. So
many giveaways over the time on the show. So a tough one, but we'll push forward. But anyways, check out the hall. They're good guys there. They do a show on Monday nights on YouTube. Like a claim it auction. It's not for bidding. It's just they have prices and worth checking out. I don't know when they'll be on again, but worth checking out. Usually 6:30 Eastern time. And anyways, we can go forward from here, I guess. Alrighty. Normal rules apply for this show. Just books to help you on your hunt. No need to rush out and buy these things off eBay. All right, let's get into it. All right, I was talking to this book with Carter the other day. I actually ended up finding this thing and just thought it was worth talking about. Popular Teenagers Romances, number 9. This is an LB Cole cover. A 5.0 sold for just over $1,000. We haven't talked about this one yet, have we? We did talk about this one.
No.
I can't keep this straight. I've had it on the list to talk about for a while. So back in 2021, went for $1,000.
I'm Red Hood now.
11 of these on the census, which is criminally low. Obviously, no 9.8s, but LB Cole, I'd put him in the top 5 or 6 most collected Golden Age artists. I think that's fair to say. What kept me from pulling the trigger on this book sooner than I did were the sandals that dude's wearing.
Yeah, bro. Like, it looks like he's wearing like heels, dude. Like,
it really, really kind of hung me up for a little bit, but I got past it. And I pulled the trigger.
Hey, at least he didn't skip leg day.
I think that was like part of the fashion back in the 40s.
Whose shorts are shorter, his or hers?
I mean, hers by a bit, but it's close.
Yeah, dudes used to wear like shorts. Like the shorts now are pretty short.
bro, he's in his underwear with a belt, bro.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen this before. I just came across this thing, and I'd never ever seen it. And when that happens, I'm always tempted to pull the trigger on this thing. So I think there's a lot going for this book. You've got obviously the two lovebirds, the full moon in the background. Obviously LB Cole, low census. Hard to pass up on this one.
I'm not a chick, but I like the girl's heels.
Better than his.
Yeah.
Do y'all still think that there's going to be like this, I don't know, I guess like explosion in the market where romance books like go off the charts? Like I've kind of been hearing that since since the days I joined Flipside, and I definitely will say that there's been a gradual increase in like popularity of romance books.
I mean, this is a major topic on Carter's show. We talk about romance quite a bit. I don't know if they'll necessarily explode, but they are, I would say, the last category that really hasn't had its day yet, and you're starting to see them creep up a little bit.
Okay. Oh, so like where there's like a market price correction for it.
Yeah, I just think that as people, I mean, there's some big name artists who obviously you have Cole, Schomburg did some, certainly Matt Baker. There's some big name artists in here, and you're starting to see these books.
Gotcha. Oh, and so this is the affordable approach if you want to collect those artists, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, some of the Bakers are far from affordable, but
right.
One of my favorite romance covers is a Steve Ditko that's absolutely beautiful. I think we've talked about it on the show. Number 1 of I'm going blank, but they're up in the hay. We've talked about it before, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Carter?
It's gonna be okay. So the LB Coles and the Matt Bakers, those are pretty damn expensive, and then we're gonna see probably most likely like a jump to other artists, and then we're gonna see striking covers, not necessarily from Matt Baker or from LB Cole, but it'll basically all depend on the cover.
Gotcha. It's okay. Depends on the cover, and it'll get its due day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can feel the beat building around these books. All right, let's keep going.
But I love romance.
Romance loves you. Romance just loves everyone. All right, I just saw this book, and I had to talk about it. So this is Young King Cole, number 1. A Janice Valu cover. A 9.2 sold for $1,800 back in 2001. Didn't check. That's probably a Promise collection, maybe. 7 on the census. But what I want to know is, like, she's at the bottom of the. She's not a super. If you look at the other covers, she's not a superhero, right? This dude's like in a helmet, right? He's got the oxygen. Like, you know, how's she holding her own down here with nothing but a red bikini on?
Is he trying to save her, or what's happening here?
I don't know. I mean, she doesn't look like she's ready to be saved. I don't know. What do you think?
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Is that a piranha, dude? That's a piranha, man.
I mean, that's some old school scuba gear, right? And it's a detective tale, so I'm assuming it's not a pleasant like saving. And she looks like she's struggling or trying to fight him off, right, with that fist.
No, that's a piranha.
How did she get down? I guess we got to read the book and find out. But like, he's down there with like oxygen and shit.
Yeah,
and she's just down there, you know,
hanging out.
This cover don't make sense. Let me.
It's a piranha.
I mean, if you look at Young King Cole, it's like a fashion almost. Like, this is not like the vibe. This is volume 3, by the way, of Young King Cole.
Piranha.
But it's a good cover, though.
I thought it was very good. Yeah.
It looks like she's trying to throw a punch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it looks like she's struggling, right?
I don't know. Now we have to go find the book. Damn it.
She get off of me.
But the cool thing about Golden Age books, you can find a lot of Golden Age books actually digitally online.
Look it up. See what happened.
Let me guess. It doesn't appear anywhere inside the book. It's
it's just a cover.
Just trying to sell you something.
Young King Cole, and you said it was volume 3.
I believe this is volume 3. Yeah.
Issue 1.
After being attacked by several piranhas.
You'd seen this book before, Carter?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I came across looking for something else, and I was like, hey, what is this? What is this?
Let's see. Okay, cool. I found it.
Okay, talk to us.
Cool.
All right. No, we're gonna share it on screen right now.
Right on. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So let's see if I can.
Piranha, dude. Told you.
Yeah. So, next page. Boom.
Okay. No color touch. Good.
All right, so we're skimming through. I'm not going to read every single panel because that would take too long.
Find where she gets into the water, man.
Yeah, like I'm not seeing anyone in water.
If we go through this book and it doesn't happen, man.
The first appearance of clickbait. You know?
I'm calling the
Comics Code. It's called Comics Code.
This is false advertising.
What the fuck is this, dude?
I see a lot of like people getting shot and swords coming out now.
A lot of crime, but
boom. No one
Bob,
in
that
water.
was Bob Feller, man. Look at that.
Oh, is it multiple stories?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
53 pages. There's no way that was one.
All right. I want to just keep on flipping through until we see if we find people in water.
Yeah, this is clearly not the story. He's about to jump in. This is a circus.
It's a pooch.
That guy looked like Steve Rogers before his super soldier serum.
Is that it? No.
This isn't it, clearly.
A hobo story.
books and supplies.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
This is
here we
okay.
go.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Race you out there.
Put on your helmet.
Okay, here we go. I think this is it.
He's,
Oh, so a sneak attack.
Oh, no.
Shit.
See, she's struggling.
Man, that's
Shit,
some
so
evil shit, man.
She knees him in the gut.
I like swimming, but this is overdue.
All right,
It's away.
but at least that answers the cover of why she was underwater, and it was a
Alright.
panel, and it was like a panel page too, right? Look, right there, panel.
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. Well, there we go.
We found the first panel cover.
We found context.
there was
She had a
nothing
different
about
suit on,
piranhas.
but whatever. We'll let it slide.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's keep.
At least
before
now
move
we
on.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Gwenpool has been hot lately because of her appearance in Fortnite. My kids have been playing it.
I've been
blowing
playing
people and so, but online when I see people talk about Fortnite people talk about her, they always reference this cover on how much they like it. So this is the Stacey Lee 1 in 50 from her original series. A 9/8 sold for $126 earlier this year, 94 in the census, 70 overall. But for whatever reason, this is the book that everybody references, it seems. We saw that just the regular cover A was on the top 10 comics by cover price for copies sold last week. And, if the heat continues, maybe this book catches some fire. It's not moving right now, as far as I can tell. It goes for $40-$50 raw. But whatever. I like talking about Gwenpool.
So I'm playing Fortnite right now. Like Josh will jump on every so often and all that. Same with Dino and like James from Hive. So we'll all squad up and play, and then we'll all run around as all just Gwenpools. Like it's kind of fun.
Oh,
And
do
then-
you get to be different color Gwenpools then?
Yeah, so like you can get different versions where she's unmasked. There's
Street clothes.
yeah, where she's in her normal street outfit. There's a challenge where you try to get the dark Gwenpool. They also incorporated a lot of her other characters too, right? Like the pig pool, where it's like pig that's dressed like Gwen. And then like you glide into the level with her scooter, and then the pig pool is like driving the scooter.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. Honestly, it's a fair representation of the character. Like, she likes guns and blowing shit up. I mean, it's hit well. I mean, it's a good recovery from that dickhead Jeremy Whitley, who I have nothing good to say about, and I don't like to say bad things about anybody, but really, 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 really don't like that guy. But yeah, Fortnite is like the perfect vibe for the character. So nice to see her sort of back in her element. But
There you go. There's a legit question. What's the best Gwenpool cover for you, Ben?
The best, I don't know. I've always liked the 1 in 25 from issue number 3 by Fagan, where she's just kind of standing there, but she's gotten beaten up a little bit. That's up there. There's some rarer ones that I like. I don't know if they're necessarily the best, but I like them because they're hard to get. But I'd say if you put me on the spot, that 1 in 25 for issue number 3, I like a lot.
Oh yeah, and then Carter and Joe. I don't know if y'all have a favorite Gwenpool cover.
I like the Campbell variant.
He's done 3. He's done 3
The what is it? Strikes Back. Is that the one Gwenpool Strikes Back?
I don't think he did one for Strikes Back. He did one for her holiday special. And
That's the one.
And he did 2 for this one. He did the Paris one and then the Hastings. that's a half sketch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the what is it? Is it the Gwenpool number 0 where it's the second print where it's that black background and it's the pool scene?
Oh, that's a 1 in 25 for mission number 0. Yeah. That's the
Okay.
1 in 25. Yeah.
So one.
Yeah, the redoing of her first appearance on the
Yeah.
Deadpool
I mean,
Secret Wars.
yeah. I mean, I definitely like the Deadpool Secret Wars cover. But and then that issue number 25 from Unbelievable. Is it Unbelievable Gwenpool?
Oh
right?
yeah. There's 3 covers. That the Bartell is awesome. The cover A is awesome, where she's sitting by the pool, kind of a callback to her first appearance. I mean,
Yeah,
that
it's
series
like
is so freaking meta. It was really well written. Like Hastings killed it on that original series. It's like,
yeah,
really kind of brilliant in some ways what he did on that. But anyways, all right, what is next? All right, I'm just checking in on this book. I still never see this book. This is the holiday special. This was the store exclusive from yesteryear. There's still only 3 in the census. I don't think any have hit eBay that I'm aware of in forever. If you recall, I went when I was in San Diego for work. I went to the store and he had one, and I bought it from him. Like, how many of these are printed? And he's like, it's just the standard Marvel order at the time. He's like, I just got whatever, but they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, these books. So I don't know what the hell happened, why this book is so hard to find. It shouldn't be. Yeah, I was just checking in on it. It's probably her rarest book at the moment. I don't know if it's forever, if these boxes of these things get found, but if you look for these books right now, this thing is never anywhere to be found.
I want to say Knife and I found this book or at a convention once. Like, we each got one.
You got one of these?
I think so.
I mean, I'm not saying they go for much, but they never show up. It's just weird.
I want to say it was this. I'll have to check with him if we found this book, because I remember we found 2 and we each grabbed one.
Well, good. It's obscure. I mean, if people are looking for them, I would imagine they'd go for something these days because they never show up. But yeah, it's just kind of an obscurity at this point. All right, what do we got?
The Unbelievable Gwenpool, the Stephanie Hans one is pretty good. The Mary Jane kind of, what is it? I think it's number 17.
Did Hans do one for her? For
Gwenpool? Yeah. This one. Is it that one? Is that Stephanie Hans?
Oh, that's Nakayama. That's
Nakayama.
Yeah, it's Nakayama. Yeah, it's funny. He's done. I was talking about that book one time. I'm like, why don't you actually do one of Gwenpool? Because he did one with Jubilee, and he's like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I think he's just waiting for someone to ask him to do one for at some point. But because that's Mary Jane dressed up as Gwenpool. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good book.
Has DeCall ever done Gwenpool?
No, he's going to do one for me, but he's never done one.
He will for me.
Well, we'll see when he gets around to it. But
bro, you would lose your mind, dude, if there was a variant, like a 1 in 50.
It'll be like the Vince McMahon meme, where he just gets increasingly excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
when DeCall does Deadpool for you finally.
It's almost at this point Marvel better off just keeping hands off if they're not gonna like do the character well, like just barrier. I don't know. Just
bring her back in 5-10 years. Yeah. Do the standard Marvel thing.
There's a lot of potential there, but it actually takes a writer with talent. And those guys are in short supply at Marvel at the moment, unfortunately.
Yes. Hey, is Jeff the Landshark in Fortnite or no?
I have not seen him yet.
Okay.
No, not that I've seen, but I think there's isn't there? One of my sons was telling me about some plan for him because Shark Week's coming up, and I don't know.
No shit.
I mean, there's still a bunch of bonus content that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
But let's give a big shout out to Funhouse Comics. Thank you, Mike, for the $1.99 super chat with a thumbs up and fire emoji.
Thank you so much.
Sweet.
All right. We've talked about a few Carnage USA books. This is the Ramos 1 in 100. This is a big boy book. A 9.8 sold back in 2023 for $750, which is damn respectable. The high on this, which is interesting, was before the COVID boom. So let's be clear about that, right? Back in 2019 for $2,000. Only 79 of these on the census, 33 9.8s. And I love Ramos. I don't think by any means this is his best work, but just kind of surprised at what this book goes for. I've never sniffed this in the wild.
Doc Joe has one. It's not a 9.8 though, so it doesn't count for him.
I think that counts, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get a point on the board, dude.
All I got are second prints.
The second print, we talked about that a couple weeks ago, I think. A good book in its own.
Looks like a banana peel on the top of his head. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just kind of amazed with this book, where this book goes for. All right, let's keep the show rolling. All right, we Jade Warriors. We talked about Jade Warriors last week. I had mentioned that we'd talked about the title again, and here we are. So this is Jade Warriors number 3. This is a Deodato cover B, which is pretty cool. But what's cooler is the next one. If you go to it, don't mind, Aaron. This was a Christmas version they did of this book. It was limited to 1,000. There's actually 2 versions, 2 Dynamic Forces versions of this Christmas one. The regular limited to 2,500, the gold foil limited to 1,000. And the craziest thing about this book is when I was at Terrificon, I was digging in a box, and I had this on the slide for next week, and I came across the gold foil, and it was just one of those moments like, what the fuck? Like a book you would never, ever expect to find, just a random box of books, and I came across this stupid gold foil there for $10. I think I got it for 8. I think I got 20% off or something. But just kind of cracked me up, seeing that when I had it on the show already for this week. So it doesn't really go for anything, but I don't know. These are the kind of books that can sneak up on you when you least expect it. So things I'm always keeping an eye open for when I'm out there.
I notice that, like, if I go to my LCS and I pull up obscure things like this, man, they're looking it up to see what it is, and I go, "Why are you looking it up? You have it priced out there, bro." And it's like, I just want to see, and I go, that type of stuff pisses me off, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean,
you take the fun out of digging. It's like you should have already known what it was. If you don't know what it was, like,
it's because you know what it is, and you're picking it out of the bin for them.
But I get petty on that. I said, "Nah, I don't want it now." Right? You know what I mean? Because I haven't even had a chance to look it up.
Are they repricing it then? Like whenever they look it up?
No, but they're not going to but I want to be the first to look it up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't want to see somebody else look it up and tell me like, I want to discover that. I want to pick it and then go home and then see if how good my pick was. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you want to roll the dice.
And you take that away from me. And that really pisses me off. Okay, then it's just you want to you've been digging with me, Aaron. I mean, it's just like, I don't like people looking at what I'm digging. I turned the cover over so nobody can see what I'm digging, so they don't put the juju on my pile. Like, this is some serious shit, man.
I like having it face up, and it's like, yeah, I found that. You missed that.
Nah, people put that negativity on your pile. That they start looking, oh, look at this, look at him, he's got that. You know what I mean? I know Carter flips down. You face up or down?
Do. I
face
used
down?
to do face up because I wanted to antagonize people. Now it's just like it's iffy. It depends on the day.
I'm usually face up, but they put something else on top of it. If there's the good stuff, because when it's face down, everybody's like, "What is that?" Like I found like they're even more suspicious sometimes. Like, what's that book you get turned over there? So, what I usually do is I'll just like have some random book I don't plan on buying, just sitting on top of everything.
Sitting on top.
Yeah.
I always put something on top that like you would typically think I would be pulling out of boxes.
If I know it's something good, it's getting flipped over immediately.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like people like being too close to me too when I'm digging. It's just so annoying. You know
I do.
What I mean?
Listen, I do that to people, like as a psych out. I get real close to them.
That doesn't bug me. Honestly,
create your own space.
Like
right,
it's like kind of like it's like yes, I'm digging in this bin because I'm looking for this, and it's like kind of like
put your chin on their shoulder. What you got there?
My problem is when somebody's digging right next to me, I get distracted. I'm looking at what they're flipping by. Like they go by. Hey, can I grab that?
I'd be like, listen, I get so distracted by other people. I'm like, just focus on your game. Just focus on your game. Keep telling myself that.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta get the comic shops in the middle of the week, in the middle of the business day, right? So there's not distractions.
Play your game.
All right. I'm getting a little emotional.
Joe asked, is there any Campbell on the show tonight? And here we go. This is from our buddy Tony. If you're watching, buddy, thank you. Planet of the Apes, number 3. This is a J. Scott Campbell cover A. It's funny. I dig a lot, and I don't ever see this book like in dollar bins.
It's a tough book.
That's a good-looking book, I think.
Oh yeah, man. He drew her so well. I mean, it's good. I don't know about the ape though, man. He's got that qual. How's my hair?
Yeah, so he did another one on this series as well. So he did issue number 2. Tony and I also talked about this one. This one is also, I think, well done. But the interesting catch on this book is, if you don't mind going to the next one, Aaron, there's a San Diego Comic-Con version that is much harder to find. I don't know what this was limited to. I would imagine for a Dark Horse it wouldn't be more than 1,000, but I don't know. But this is one to keep an eye open for.
Mm-hmm. I don't have that one.
You've got the other 2?
I've got the first one, not the second one.
I think I've got them both. I've got
the first one, but it's not super high grade. It's like 9.4, 9.6. There's a couple of ticks on it.
I don't know if I like the San Diego one. Like just the plain background. It's too plain to me.
Yeah. I mean like a lot of things. Like, the scarcity is what draws me in a lot of times. I hear you. Like, is the full art better? Sure. Not gonna argue with that. But but
I get the scarcity factor of chasing for the book, but yeah, I guess depending on the price of when I found it, if it's worth.
Yeah, no, I mean the cover A is better. I mean, with everything on it, there's no two ways about it.
I mean, if someone was asking like $100 for this, like at a con or something like that, I don't think I'd pay $100.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No. This is a book you pay, $10 or $20 for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 20
I would.
Yeah,
but the hardcore Campbell collectors would probably happily pay much more than that. His books are going for a nice little premium these days.
Yeah, like Joe, if you found this in the wild, would you pay $100? Or what's the max you would pay? How about that
for this? Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like I would need to know the print run. How rare is it? Like if it's super rare, then that's where I wouldn't mind. But if it's something that I could go on eBay and pay $20-$30, you know.
Yeah.
But if I don't find them on eBay, then that's a different story. Like if you can't find it, then that makes me a little crazy, and then I got to get it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like I said, I'm assuming there's 1,000 of these, but I'm just making that up. I'd just be surprised if Dark Horse went bigger than that.
Like when I think rare on Campbell, like high grade Blue Monday, that's in my mind. That's where I'm okay with paying a premium, like up in the $200-$300 if it's a 9.8. That's where I'm at. You know.
I mean, that book probably goes for more than that now.
Yeah, probably about almost $500.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, I did not see his custom label with Black Widow on it. It's funny of all the characters.
Oh yeah, Paralyzed was talking about
Black
that.
Widow. I mean, he's just not the character I think about when I think about Campbell.
Yeah, I would have thought Mary Jane or
Black Cat.
Even Gwen.
He
did a badass Black Widow. Do I have it?
Oh, I'm not saying he. I mean, I can imagine the one that he used. Yeah, I just wouldn't have thought Black Widow when I thought of Campbell.
All right.
I can't. Oh well. Anyway.
All right. One more Campbell. Battle Chasers #7, cover B. A 9.8 sold for $46, so a little bit more than the cost of grading just recently. High on this book is $117, and nothing crazy. Back in June of last year, 32 in the census, 13 in total. Yeah, this is just some classic Campbell that doesn't always get mentioned.
I thought it was a newsstand. I was like, what was that?
I don't know if there's newsies for these. I mean, Battle Chasers definitely has newsies. There's got to be for issue #7 because like issue #3 or 4's got them. So I'd be surprised if issue 7 didn't have a newsie. That'd be a good book to find. Everybody's probably got this one, but yeah, just a good looking book.
Mm-hmm. Oh
right.
man, look at that.
This is interesting. So this is Blade Vampire Hunter #2. This is a Wesley Snipes photo variant. So this is a cover B. Back in 2000, and you weren't seeing variants, that much, back in the early 2000 time period. So there's a cover A and a cover B for this. I don't know how they were delivered, if they split 50-50 or how they were distributed, but given how, and I hope this isn't a spoiler at this point, given how cool he was in Deadpool.
It's been a month. It's not a spoiler at this point.
Yeah, I just think that this book is probably a little underappreciated. Like having this book in a 9.8 would seem like a pretty good book to have. I think.
Check it out. So that scene. Look, they filmed this one audience. They're dude, they went ape shit, dude. When Blade came out, dude.
Dude, that caught me by surprise, man. When he came out.
Yeah, because we heard all kinds of rumors and stuff, and that wasn't even on the radar for me. Like him coming out, and it was pretty cool to see.
Well, there was all that talk about how they hated each other, like Reynolds and Snipes hated each other, and they'd never do a movie, which is probably all bullshit. But
it's probably misdirection, so no one could guess that it was going to happen.
Yeah, it's probably intentionally planted. I agreed, but only 29/8 of these. I mean, for a book from 2000, only 29/8. I mean, if you've got one of these in high grade, it's probably worth just sending the damn thing in.
Well, since Wesley Snipes is getting more involved into comics anyways, like it wouldn't surprise me to see someone get this signed eventually.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Getting this signed would be great to get signed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's like, because I don't know if he's still writing a comic book, but I mean, he dipped his toes in that like sometime last year, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's still involved in writing a comic, that he would start showing up to conventions more often.
They should just stick with this character, man. And maybe he apprentices somebody. I don't know.
It sounds like the Blade movie they're trying to make is in development limbo. They can't get anywhere with it. It seems like so.
Mm-hmm.
Or like base it off of comics and like he has like a daughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he does.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so he can pass the torch kind of situation.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of stuff that people are a little burnt out on right now for the movies. I don't think they would go that direction, but maybe. But who knows? Maybe they do another. What do they do? One more with him?
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'd be on board for it, man. Why not?
50th year anniversary.
Yeah, man, plug these books because I got multiples of these.
Oh
man,
look at this guy.
Plug these hoes, man. Plug
he's
them.
on fire.
Plug them.
Hey, Carter. None of those are newsies, right? I don't think there was a news. There wasn't. I don't think they did a newsie on the variant. I looked and looked and looked. I couldn't find anything.
And then you got this one. This
Yeah,
is best of the bunch. So plug them.
Carter looking like a poker player, dropping like a 3 of a kind and then a full house on you.
I'm going all in. I'm going all in on Blade.
And I'll raise you the virgin cover.
All right. This is a shout out to Tina. She's a longtime viewer back to the Flip Side days. She sent me a nice book as a gift way back when that I've been looking for. So Tina, much appreciated. She goes by clever username Yay or Nay, which is pretty clever. But I think I spelled that wrong. I think it's YAY and NAY. Sorry, Tina, if I screwed that up. Anyways, this is a cool hack slash book. It's Memory Lane exclusive. Was limited to 500. You don't see this book all that often. Doesn't necessarily go for a lot, but it's not a common book. Hack slash books can go crazy in price. A property that probably needs to be developed at some point. But yeah, a cool video game one. I know there are people out there who just collect, people playing video games as well. I don't have it, but I would definitely buy it if I came across it.
Looks cool.
All right. Thank you, Tina. All right. Jajurvik. We've talked a lot about Marko Jajurvik on this show. This is Deadpool number 22. We've talked a lot about these Iron Man by Design books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about this one, but I could be wrong. A 9/8 $46 of this book. In a 9.8 just a couple months ago, which is a steal and a half. 14 on the census, 10 and 9.8. But honestly, every time I see one of these books in the wild, I grab it. Now, these are 1 in 15s. They were underordered. The Scotty Young Guardians of the Galaxy just sold raw for like $350 a couple weeks ago. So, these are always worth grabbing when you see them.
Which Deadpool run is this in?
This is like 2010, 2011.
I think I have this. Because it's in the Daniel Way run. I just found it.
Yeah. But yeah, I love grabbing all of these. Some are more obscure than others, but they're all pretty damn cool.
Crap, I need to go check my collection out and see if I actually do have this or not. Because I'm trying to do a completionist run of this Deadpool run, where I'm trying to get all the variants. The only one I'm excluding out of it, which I feel like is impossible to find, is they had a blank cover in this run, and then for Dynamic Forces, they did a sketch cover.
Yeah.
Where I forget the artist that did all the sketching on it, but I feel like I'm not gonna be able to find that easily. So
you never know, man. The digging game is a weird, strange thing. Like you just come across books when you least expect it. If you just can't keep at it, so I would never say never. Never say never.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I have this. If not, I guess I'll always go buy it. But I like finding this run in the wild. Is the whole point.
Yeah, like I said, all of these Iron Man by designs are kind of cool to grab.
Yeah,
done by a variety of different artists. But Jurjevic has been featured heavily on the show, and just pointing this one out for those who hadn't seen it. All right, this is a nothing book, but it is so damn hard to find. This is Night Vale #1 by AC Comics from 2013. Brad Gorby did the cover. It's just an obscure book. There are several other Night Vale series. This is the third one, I believe. It doesn't go for a damn thing, really, but it's kind of an obscurity for whatever reason. I'm sure nobody's ever seen this. Some people, Raven collectors, they say sometimes will buy this book. I don't know why, because it kind of looks like her a little bit, but
Psylocke precursor. Wouldn't this be a post cursor?
Yeah, she was already at this point.
That's 2003.
This book, yeah.
That looks like late
86.
88.
Yeah.
I don't think AC Comics. They probably were sitting on it for 10 years.
If you just said that was like Adam Hughes like early work or some shit like that, I'd believe you.
It looks like a bad VHS cover. That's
absolutely not. It's absolutely not Hughes. It's just an obscurity for whatever reason. I don't know if they didn't print many of them or whatever, but I don't even remember how I came across this. I was reading something and I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's like the start of a portrait on the side of your van.
Yeah. She shaves down there. All right,
before we get canceled. Oh wait, dang.
All right, so this is by Saraf on Instagram.
Good Lord.
If you're watching. So this is Lady Death Sworn #1. This is a Mike Chrome variant. And he said he found this digging and said, hey, and I think he's asked me more than once to put this on the show. So here you go, buddy. Hope all is well. Lady Death. I think this might have just been the main cover from this, but it was a pretty big hit. So much that they actually did a follow-up cover to this book. So this is the front. If you go to the
back,
good
Lord, I swear.
This one is much more limited. This was limited to 250. This is Lady Death Treacherous Infamy. It's the Chrome Sworn 2 variant. This one is much harder to come by.
Yeah, dude, that's a mama book. Dude.
Yeah, I think this was just a callback. That's no joke of a tattoo, if you're being honest.
See, all the girls nowadays are getting that same tattoo, but they're getting it lower. They're like getting on their stomach now. So he predicted it, kind of, right? All right.
I don't know, man, but yeah, it was funny. I was looking at that, and I saw this one. Like, wait a minute, there's a follow up. So
you need a clear back.
To be clear, that's not the back of the book.
That's a front cover.
This is a front cover of a different book. He did a callback to that, to the original one.
I would put him back. I would put him back to back like that. Yeah, Sworn. Hell yeah.
Or you could put them in slabs each, and have them right next to each other. Or like a clear wall, right? So you have one on one side and the other on the other side. So
just have it spinning. can just have it like mounted to the ceiling and just rotate for you.
Oh, now they have those floating like slab holder things, right? Or like, I mean, they have it for like shoes and everything. I'm sure you can get one to fit a comic or a slab or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. All right. Anyways,
what else? All right, this is another user submission. This is Mutant Chasers art book by Otto Schmidt. Otto Schmidt, he dropped.
That's the Red Skull.
Well, some people are accusing. I mean, he's a controversial figure in his own right. But yeah, this is a bubblegum cover, which I appreciate. It's an art book. Wavy Gravy 44 on Instagram submitted this, so thank you, brother. I had never seen this before. There's another sort of coincidental thing on this show tonight, but yeah, we like art books on this show quite a bit. At least one of us appreciates bubblegum covers, and yeah, I'd never come across this thing. And Otto Schmidt, remember he dropped. Well, he actually dropped another bubblegum cover. It was that. Was it Black Canary? It was the Black Canary for Birds of Prey, like the one.
Oh, yeah.
That went crazy earlier this year or late last year. I can't remember.
Did you ever get one?
I did get one. I got one for Ratio before it went nuts. So I did get one of those.
So now this is on your hunt list.
This one is. Now the publisher is. Do I have? Well, I guess we can go to the next. We can see it. Go to the next one. The publisher on this is what do they go by? BMA's Studios.
Oh, oops.
So the next book I was having on the show, which is by the same damn publisher, another sort of ridiculous coincidence. I just got this book. The other day. This is a Paul Green cover.
Nice.
Another bubble. I guess a bad glare there, but another ridiculous bubblegum cover. But yeah, we've talked a lot about Paul Green on the show. Most of his work is for Zenescope, but when we find books where he's not doing Zenescope work, we like to highlight it. And yeah, this book, I don't know. This book is just fun. Nothing wrong with it.
Have it on their sites. Have which book on their site? Okay, and then someone copy 801 is asking why is Otto controversial?
I'm not opening up that can of worms on this show because
Google search.
I can't verify any of it. But there were some people not happy with him. Let's just put it that way.
Like,
I'll download you guys after the show, but drama alert. That's McClay's show, man. If McClay wants to cover that, he's more than welcome to. Yeah, I don't want to get into it because I've got no way to verify it. I've just seen more than a couple things.
Oh, Animal Nation #1, this Paul Green cover you can still buy on their website. Sweet. And it's gone. I'm just joking. I have no idea.
I mean, the rule is don't buy on eBay. We never said don't go buy on people's stores.
Directly from the publisher, at cost or less. Like, geez, like having to do research to find a good deal. Dang.
All right. I'm surprised this book doesn't go for more. Models Inc. #3. This is a Greg Land 1 in 10. This was the only ratio in the series. So they didn't have any other ratios or any of the issues. There are only about 10,000 copies of this ordered, which is criminally low for a Marvel book. So to have a 1 in 10 on orders that low, most stores were not going to reach to get 10 copies of this thing, particularly back in the 2010 period when this came out. 2009, 2010, stores weren't doing that, weren't playing that game. And this book doesn't go for really anything. Greg Land also well known for doing zombie covers. This just feels like a book that one day could be something potentially.
Probably would get more if it was by Sudan, but he would have traced it.
But yeah, no, I just I don't know. I grab this book whenever I see it. Anybody got it on the panel?
I don't have this.
You don't have a Carter, really? I figured you would have. I figured you would have grabbed this one.
Mm-mm.
I kind of want this now though to
cool.
find out in the wild. Yeah, like because especially since like there's stores that have been doing the magazine layouts for comics now.
Yep. Yeah, this has got zombies. You got a ratio, early ratio. You've got the magazine layout. It's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, checks a lot of boxes. All right. Boom.
This one's Carter.
Yeah, I did. I was doing like a search on eBay, and I saw this. I don't have this book at all, but this is a gory cover that I don't think I've ever seen anything like it as far as U.S. covers goes. So this is Crew Magazine. Crew Magazine number 10. I'm not quite sure if it's all Spawn on the covers or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's a Czech magazine, and the cover just like stopped me dead in my tracks.
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
super cool.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it before. I don't think Crew Magazine. Are you saying Crew Magazine is all Spawn, or inside it's all Spawn?
Yeah, like the magazine in general. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's not all Spawn. I think it's just comic related stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, especially since it says Spawn, Sin City, Batman at the bottom. I would expect like samples from each of those or something like that.
Yeah, it feels like it's like one of those like late '90s comic magazine kind of publications. But for Spawn collectors, I mean, I would imagine they would be all over this thing if they saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from '98.
Nice.
This magazine here.
That foreign game going strong.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good looking magazine.
All right.
Is there anything left on the show tonight? That was it. That was where we finished. All right.
Yeah, so big shout out again to BMA Studios. This episode was brought to you by them, so make sure you go buy out that book. No, I'm joking. So we're approaching spooky season, so that'll show up on Friday nights here on the Nearing Nerdvana channel. Spooky Tales with Lucy, Mama Comics Lucy. She's gonna be hosting that. Saturday is Saturday Morning Toy Box with West Coast Rob. Monday you have Cover Lovers. Tuesdays Comic Book Women. Wednesday is This Week in Geek, and then you're back here with us on Thursdays. But you should be liking and subscribing to the channel anyways. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the great content that is dropped on this channel. And to our real sponsors, so big shout out to Cover Price. So make sure you use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then head over to birdcitycomics.com and you can use the code Nirvana for a 10% discount. And sign up for their text line so you don't miss all their exclusive drops and when they go live on eBay. So what do you all have going on for the rest of the week?
Hot Book Alert live this Sunday.
Nice.
And hopefully we'll be able to do some digging this weekend as well.
Sweet. That sounds fun. Joe, you and I will probably be on the Hot 10 tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on pressing books, man. It's getting
Joe, every time I'm ready to send you books to press, I get another one I add to the stack. So just be ready. Be ready.
Uh-oh.
I got you, man.
He's got a big special coming your way.
Presents for you in that box too. So
let's crack open that Daredevil #1, man.
I'm sending it.
Bucket, man. Let's do it.
Oh hell yeah, let's go. All right,
then what is it? A 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
I want to talk to you off air after this, but also on Saturday night, Red Hood and I will probably be on Modern Comic Mayhem on Beyond Wednesdays, and then make sure to sign up for Mercenauts channel for Hot Book Alert on Sunday.
Oh yeah, man!
The hottest show on Sunday night, man. The hottest damn show on Sunday night.
It's a lot of fun. It doesn't sound like it the way I'm saying it, but it is a lot of fun.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next time.